I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday. Know my kingdom awaits. They've forgiven my mistakes. I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. My name is Ayana Holder. I like to study different languages and cultures, and I like to read in my spare time and also explore the city. I like to read books about international cultures, especially Hindu books, because it interests me a lot. A devotee that I met in Nigeria in 2015, he really inspired me to learn more about their culture, and since then it's just been a really huge impact on how I see things. It was that first moment. I was watching a old show called Beauty and the Beast. I think it came out in the 19 something. And it was about, I say it's about the true beast, how he wasn't a monster like the new one is, and how he was very poetic, and he liked Shakespeare. So when I saw that and just really thought about all the things, all the journeys and trials he's been through, I just started writing a poem from a show called No Iron Bars or Cage. And that's how I started the poem. And from then, I just decided to start writing poetry. Well, I chose the poem Kindness by Naomi Shihab Nye because that's what represents me. It's kindness, and also it speaks about what I wrote in a recent poem of mine, how people take things for granted and that they don't really understand grief until they've actually been through it, or really understand what they have until they lost it. And that's what I want to really put out there, like, don't take anything for granted, because many people take things for granted every day, and the next thing you know, it could be gone. So that's what I thought would be very important for people out there to know. You must see how this could be you, how he too was someone who journeyed through the night with plans, and the simple breath that kept him alive. Before you know kindness as the deepest thing inside, you must know sorrow as the other deepest thing. You must wake up with sorrow. You must speak to it till your voice catches the thread of all songs. You must see the sides of the cloth. Then it is only kindness that makes sense anymore. Only kindness ties your shoes. Writing this poem was quite emotional because of the time we were in, the 2017 elections. And if I remember correctly, I wrote this after the election. And that had a huge impact because Hillary Clinton lost. I personally voted for Hillary Clinton. And I knew that I was heartbroken, especially seeing her speech, her goodbye speech, which was just heartbreaking. And I really believe that she would have been a great president. And now things are getting even worse, watching the news every day, seeing how the battle in Mosul is still going, and Russia and everything going on. But that's why I also wrote this poem, just to be like, peace is it really so hard to achieve? Like, parents teach us every day to stop a fight, and we can stop one in a short period of time, but the world can't seem to get along. So that's why I wanted to write this poem. America, by me. America, I am a girl, brave, strong, and smart. I've lived in Saudi Arabia, Atlanta, and Boston. I've traveled near and far, hot and cold, disruption. I, who has so much to offer you, is scared of the future that lies ahead. Great fears lie deep within my heart. How should I feel when all I see on the news is hardship, murder, and despair? Don't you hear whispers of history? I still hear screams of the woman locked inside a triangular factory fire. 1911. Still, I button up my shirt. I hold my heart. Fighting. I see a world black on one half, white on the other, each struggling to keep their stand. America, don't forget me, and the ones who have hopes and dreams. and who are your future. America, don't forget me. Don't forget us.
It feels like tearing open your rib cage, but nothing will help you live like ripping open your heart and letting someone else in.
Hi, my name is Griffin. I'm from Boston. I write because it's like a survival tool almost. It keeps me going. My favorite poet is either Mary Oliver or Andrea Gibson, and a fun fact about me is I'm obsessed with pit bulls. For Andrea Gibson, they write really like raw, honest things about like mental health and things like that. And like during like my darkest moments, it was like a lot of inspiration for me because of what they've lived through and what they've gone through. And I was like, well, if you can do that, then I can do that. And for Mary Oliver, I just think she's really insightful, and her poems like ask a lot of deep questions, and I like that about it. I'd have to say the poem Royal Heart. It's basically a poem about their experiences in romantic relationships, but it's very vulnerable. They talk about like all of their like dysfunctional habits and like all of that, and they're just completely honest, and it's like a good poem about vulnerability and like opening up yourself to someone else.
See, I already know that you are the place where I'm finally going to sing without any static meaning. I'm never going to wait that extra 20 minutes to text you back, and I'm never going to play hard to get when I know your life has been hard enough already, when we know everyone's life has been hard enough already. It's hard to watch the game we make of love, like everyone's playing checkers with their scars, saying checkmate when they get out without a broken heart. Just to be clear, I don't want to get out without a broken heart. I intend to leave this life so shattered, there better be 1,000 separate heavens for all of my separate parts, and none of those parts are going to be wearing the romance from the overpriced vintage rack. That is to say, I'm not going to get a single-speed bike if I can't make it up the hill.
I think they've made me less afraid to like go there, wherever there is. Like, you know, it's made me less afraid to be like vulnerable in my writing. It's made me less afraid of sharing myself in general. So because I've realized that sharing yourself is something that people can connect with, and it can be powerful for people, instead of people just being like, oh my gosh, that's too much. My 5 Stages of Grief poem, because it's my favorite poem that I've ever written. I don't know, I'm just really happy with it. Like the metaphors and everything in it. I think I just did a good job with it. Yeah.
Stage 1. Become numb. Watch everything. Notice nothing. It couldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. Try to wash it off your skin and erase it from your memory. This time maybe, if you try, you will come out clean. Rinse, repeat. Stage 2. You are rage, you are pain. Let it boil in your blood. Let it set your bones aflame. Scream it hurts and let it burn. To your surprise, you do not turn to ash. Throw your clothes across the room. Let your coin jar break against the concrete. Wonder how it came to this, how you became scars and bruises and constant shaking. Remember to unclench your tired fists. Whisper quietly, what have you done to me? Stage 3. Have the very life scooped and drained out of you. Become so empty that you can hear the loud wind blowing in your gut. Try to think with a mind that feels like an abandoned building. Step outside, move like a broken marionette. Melt into the summer rain puddles. Stay there until the sun tells you to go home. Stage 4. Look at old family photographs. Find the one of you in your auntie's lap. Say, I would put the green flannel sheets back in their place 1,000 times just to sleep in her guest bed. Cry until it feels like your heart will come out of your mouth. Stage 5. Find the child within you. Tell them that they are small and quiet, but they have a lion's heart. Let them roar. Accept every offered embrace. Learn that love feels like a balloon in your chest. Let the sun gently touch your skin. Realize that your heart breaks so it can let the light in. Breathe deeply and often. Revel in the land of the living.
Here at our sea-washed, sunset-gazed shall stand a mighty woman with a torch whose flame is in.
Hi, my name is Galya. I'm a 20-year-old person from Somerville, Massachusetts. I enjoy watching sports, playing them. I love music, and I'm an avid poet writer. I started writing in 3rd grade. It was a way to escape from the background and like people and bullies, and then later on I started writing about things and my emotions and feelings, and sometimes I would write letters to God. Yeah, I've read a lot of poems, but I never actually thought they could influence the way I write and what I read. I love reading. I read about anything really. I just fantasize. Well, it's like a path that led to me, and just writing it down, I felt like the pen and paper were listening and comforting me, and that's the great thing about poetry. It's just not just for literature writers or famous poets. Anybody can write poems, and you can write about literally anything you want. It's like pouring thoughts and emotions in a way that the reader understands you, but at the same time kind of feels responsible to bring that to other people throughout the world or throughout time. And it's a powerful tool, and it's essential, and I find that fascinating. I was in 4th grade, and I was looking through reading poems, and this one came across, and I kind of felt some kind of humanity for the world, and I thought back then I thought it just drew me, because especially when it says to bring the poor, give me you're tired, you're poor, you're housing massive yearling to breathe free. It just, in my personal life, it just gave me hope that one day I'll really do get away from the house and be who I want to be, and go to college, go to get a high school diploma or a GED or whatever. And it was very comforting, and it reminds me of freedom.
From her beacon hand flows worldwide welcome. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that the twin cities frame. Keep your ancient lands, your stored tongue crush with her silent. Give me you're tired, you're poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, the temptress to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.
I wrote a poem called Yet I Wonder. I wrote that poem because I had a curiosity of whoever created the world, and why did it give certain people the privilege to imprison people. I wrote it for women. I wrote it for God. I wrote it for a lot of reasons, but I also wrote it most importantly for myself. I had so many questions that I couldn't answer, but I just one day was at work and just felt very bad. Just felt I was just really sad, and I started just the words and the sentences came to me. And when I wrote the last paragraph, I felt like myself. And like I said, it freed me for some reason. And I realized that I don't need to prove anything. And I'm my own me, but I realized I held on to hope, and I finally I felt like I lost something, but I found myself instead.
Life has its highs and its lows, yet I wonder, who created life? But God has his own ways, yet I wonder, do the stars have the right to shine in the night air? Yet I wonder, is death so sweet and so peaceful? Yet I wonder, will I ever get the chance to feel the beauty of a first kiss? Yet I wonder, will love be a never-ending promise? Yet I wonder, is this the path that was chosen for me? Yet I know, as a grown man and as a child, I held my fate in my own hands. Yet I know hope has always been there for me. I tell the ground, you will not bury me. In the scorching fire, you will not burn me. I know the air cannot be so naive to think it will take my breath away. And I tell the water as it tries to drown me, it was me. What all along, wasn't it?